Hello friends, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a fan or a subscriber, welcome back and thank you for the patronage. Today I will be talking about why I don't believe anymore, specifically why I don't believe in Christianity anymore, but I will be getting into why I do not believe in God. Please keep in mind that I consider myself an agnostic. So when I say God, I mean the Christian God and not the other gods that may or may not be out there. There's not much I need to say, so let's get on with the video. So I was still a YEC when I went to college. Now, some of you may be thinking, didn't you get educated in biology class in high school about evolution? Not really, because I lived in the South. And if you know anything about the American South, it is really, really, really religious. So when I started college, I was in the nursing program, and that doesn't take a whole lot of science. That sounds strange, but it doesn't. You generally get all of the science in your nursing classes, like after you get accepted to nursing school. So I was doing my regular college coursework. So my dad was military, and I was still living at home because my mom didn't want me to go away for the first year of college. And he retired from the military and got a job. We were living in Alabama at the time, and he got a job in Mississippi. Well, I didn't have anywhere to live, so I ended up moving to Mississippi with my parents. I got accepted to Mississippi University for Women. I did not really like that college. There's nothing wrong with the Mississippi University for Women. It does accept men because it's a public college. They just kept the name because it's historic. There's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't like it. So I moved to UAB. Dorm life was pretty good. There weren't any real big parties or anything. I was there to study, and most of the other people were there to study too. So it was kind of a quiet, not rowdy dorm for me to be in at all. Then my seizures came back, and one thing about living in the dorm, you can only live in the dorm if you are full-time. Now, there was no way I could be full-time with dealing with my seizures, so I ended up moving back home. And in this time, my parents had moved back to Florida. So fast forward a few years to 2008, and I go back to UAB because I'm better now. My seizures are under control with my medicine, and I can live out my life now with no interference. So I went back to where I wanted to be, which was University of Alabama at Birmingham. I have always enjoyed helping people, and that's not just a line either. That's who I am. And I decided it was too dangerous for me to be a nurse. So I decided I was going to be a psychologist instead. And so I picked psychology as a major with anthropology as a minor. So in my anthropology classes, which includes archaeology, I was hearing about thousands and thousands and millions of years, and I'm like, wait a minute, the Earth is only 6,000 years old. How can this be? So there was a library there, actually two of them. So I did some research on my own, and I found out, indeed, the Earth is 4.54 billion years old. The universe is 13.8 billion years old, and mankind is at least 200,000 years old. I was mad. I had been lied to my entire life, but I wasn't willing to give up on Christianity, so I became an old earth creationist. Because I thought, well, the Bible never says that the earth is only 6,000 years old, so maybe that's a man-made thing. I knew from my studies in psychobiology that there was a real, honest-to-God reason why people were homosexuals. And I started to think, why would God condemn people for being who they are? So then I start looking into the Big Bang Theory. I never really thought about it before I started looking into it. But then I found out that the universe can be created by naturalistic forces, no God needed. And that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. There were other things too, but those are the big ones. And I just finally came to the conclusion that there needed to be no God for the universe to exist. And next time I'll tell you how I came to the conclusion that the Christian God doesn't exist. Well, friends, we've come to the end of another episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just my little way of giving back, explaining how I came from being a YEC to where I am now. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like button, press the subscribe button, and if you would like to know when I come out with new content, please hit the bell next to the subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description. I did not use any sources for this particular episode. These are just my experiences that I decided to share with you. Please leave comments in the comment section. I love hearing from you. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a couple of videos from my library. If you have not watched them, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until later, friends, goodbye.